for like fun.
It's for a class. Ain't you done? You can talk us in this now. What?
Coming to check the
Can you check the writing lab?
Video composition here.
Set you up here. That's good. Okay, it's rolling.
Good.
I get the first question then is language arts programs in general. What do you know about them? What do you have? What do you got?
Probably the most important thing for language arts is, and this is the direction language arts is headed, is toward being able to process words writing. And the simple word processing program was probably the beginning of that. And now, of course, they have much more sophisticated stuff. Tailored for the particular students, you might have an elementary package that incorporates quite a few simple pictures and nice large fonts, big letters, and then they can print the results and then edit the results and that kind of thing. Up into the high school age, where you might have a situation where the students have a spell check or a thesaurus, where they can actually substitute words for words. Even grammar checks are available now in those kinds of packages. So that's probably one of the biggest uses that you would have for the computer in the language arts area.
How about for special needs students? Do you think that they could use these computers to turn in better products?
The special needs students would very definitely have much better results just because of the fact that their output looks so much better than anything they've been able to do before. You'd be surprised how much they'll work harder because of the fact that they have something that looks good. And then the packages often have tools that allow them to work better. I'd already mentioned the spell check and the thesaurus. Incorporate pictures. It makes them write better to be able to have those pictures in their package. It helps them organize their thoughts.
It also helps, I think, the teacher in grading and looking at things and having a legible item in front of them.
Very definitely, yes. It helps the grade, for one thing, plus it helps the teacher do the grading, so the teacher can spend more time helping the student in writing and less time worrying about the trivial details that they shouldn't have to bother with. Another thing that's important with computers is the fact that they do indeed have tutorial-type programs available for students, where the students can work on a specific topic. Let's say subject verb agreement or something like that. If the writing program brings up some kind of a problem, you can then have the student work on a program that's designed specifically to take care of that problem.
And do you think it works efficiently in the classroom? For example, can a teacher be working with a group of students on one thing and then maybe some special needs students on these tutorial programs? Do you think it's an efficient thing?
Definitely. What's happening in the schools is you have less and less of the traditional education where you have the teacher in front of the class, quote, teaching, and more individual work, group work, the flexible environment, and this fits right into that very beautifully. In fact, the entire elementary program in the district is shifting from the teacher-oriented classroom to a working room where the teacher is a facilitator, and the computers are just one station, if you want to call it a station, in many that are all happening at one time.
So all students are becoming computer literate on the elementary school level?
Definitely. All grades are using the computers now.
What are some of the things they're doing?
The reading and writing programs, they have math programs, science programs. We're trying to incorporate actual experiments where they attach hardware to the computer and use the results from that hardware to analyze their data, graphs, that kind of thing.
And just with you working with some students and in your own classes and working with students in the district, computers are fun and a positive thing for them.
Oh, very definitely. I have students taking pre-algebra at the high school level, and just using a simple calculator on the computer has become such a help in terms of the students take their data right back to the computer, do their calculating, and everything flows very nicely. There's less direction needed. The students know what they have to do, and they do it.
Okay. Thank you. you very much, Mr. McNeil.
Here's what the government shutdown means. National parks and museums will be closed. Non-essential government services will be curtailed, meaning you can't apply for a passport for government-backed student loans or most other government benefits. And of the 2 million federal civilian workers, around 800,000 people will be sent home. The vital government functions will continue. The military is still on duty, air traffic controllers are still on the job, and checks for Social Security and government pension recipients will still be issued. Budget negotiations will reportedly continue today, and we will keep you posted.
In yesterday's pop quiz, we reported on a 1983 attack on American soldiers in Lebanon by people who wanted the U.S. military out of the Middle East. And now, it looks like it's happened again, and this time in Saudi Arabia. Yesterday, a building filled with American and Saudi military personnel was shattered by a massive bomb, killing 6 people, 5 of them Americans. ABC News.
The United States is outraged by this cowardly act of terrorism, and we condemn it in the strongest possible terms.
Though 2 obscure groups claimed responsibility, U.S. officials believed whoever did it came from the growing Islamic extremist movement in Saudi Arabia, which is bitterly anti-Western. American soldiers, who are generally kept away from the Saudi population, are seen by these extremists as being a corrupting influence on the Muslim state. In the last year, a number of groups have threatened the Saudi government because of its ties to the U.S.
They